Hello everybody, this is Cyrus from Pure Lab Vitamins. Today I'd like to introduce you to Pure Lab's newest products, Bioactive B12 sublingual tablets, and they come in two strengths, 1,000 and 5,000 micrograms of the bioactive B12 form methylcobalamin. Vitamin B12 belongs to the very small group of vitamins that actually receive attention from mainstream medicine because it's heavily involved in blood formation and energy supply for body and brain. Physicians usually request B12 blood work if patients show any number of the following signs or symptoms, especially low energy, foggy brain, but also heart palpitations, shortness of breath, nerve problems like numbness and tingling. There are also some groups of people more prone to B12 deficiency, especially the elderly, because gastrointestinal function slows down with time and there's generally a much higher incidence of so-called pernicious anemia in the elderly population due to B12 deficiency. Vegetarians and vegans, since most food-sourced B12 comes from meats, this subpopulation is also at a higher risk of developing B12 deficiency. Some doctors check B12 levels, but much less frequent if patients are dealing with celiac disease or other food sensitivities/allergies, because these conditions practically put the gastrointestinal tract into a chronic state of inflammation, and many nutrients, not just B12, might not get absorbed properly. Crohn's disease, IBS, again, chronic inflammatory gastrointestinal status, but also depression, diabetes, neuropathies, and certain cardiovascular diseases are all conditions where B12 status should be looked at. Some individuals require B12 because their body does not produce the so-called intrinsic factor in their stomachs. This is a glycoprotein that is required to allow absorption of B12 from food sources within the gastrointestinal tract. People lacking this intrinsic factor require B12 either by injection or in sublingual form. Sublingual means under the tongue, so that B12 gets absorbed through the mucosa of the mouth. As a compounding pharmacist, husband and father, I always formulate my products with family members and friends in mind. And just to mention this, being from Ottawa provides another level of motivation to make exceptional products, because I meet many of my customers face to face, either on the street, in seminars, health shows, and these days, sadly, mostly via online webinars. I'm especially proud of the formulation of these sublingual tablets because not all sublingual formulations are the same. Some products dissolve very fast in your mouth, and you swallow once and most of the B12 ends up in the stomach instead of being slowly absorbed through the mouth mucosa. Other formulations dissolve too slow and people end up chewing the tablet, and again, the B12 ends up in the stomach. Pure Lab Vitamins Bioactive B12 sublingual tablets are carefully formulated, and we seem to have hit the sweet spot, providing perfect dissolution rates and with that perfect bioavailability through the mouth. So I hope this information is of help to you. Thank you very much and see you next time.